Your body is constantly sending you signals, and most people have absolutely no idea what those signals mean. A white spot on your nail, a chronic cough, craving ice at midnight. These are not random. They mean something specific. Today we are going through 23 signs your body is desperately trying to tell you it needs something it is not getting. And before we start, there is one warning. After watching this, you will start evaluating every single person around you immediately. Try to resist that temptation because nobody wants to hear why they have oily skin or why their gums bleed constantly.
Now, before the list, let us understand the three root reasons why deficiencies happen in the first place to so many people. The first reason is a damaged gut that cannot absorb nutrition properly, regardless of how much healthy food you actually consume daily. This is called malabsorption, and it means your digestive system is not doing its fundamental job of pulling nutrients into your body. Missing a gallbladder or lacking bile makes absorbing fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K almost completely impossible for your body. The second reason is simply not eating nutrient-dense food, even when you think the food you are eating looks perfectly healthy and fresh. Here is something that will change how you look at vegetables forever. Soil quality has collapsed dramatically over the last several decades. When farmers grow food on depleted dirt rather than rich soil, you get beautiful-looking tomatoes that taste like absolutely nothing at all. The flavor compounds in vegetables are directly tied to their nutrient density. No flavor means no nutrition inside that vegetable. This is why you crave Doritos after eating a salad. Your body is screaming that it received essentially no real nutrition from that meal. The third reason is consuming refined foods and sugar that actively steal nutrients your body already had and desperately needs to function.
Now, let us go through all 23 signs your body is giving you and what each one is actually trying to tell you. The first sign is white spots on your nails. Most people assume this is calcium, but it is actually a zinc deficiency caused by sugar. Here is the fascinating part. That white spot appearing now reflects what happened to your body approximately 3 months ago specifically. Think back 3 months. Was there a birthday party, a holiday, a stretch of stress eating and heavy sugar consumption during that time? That sugar binge robbed your body of zinc, and the evidence is now visible halfway down your fingernail months later as a white spot. You have two options: stop eating sugar or take zinc. Ideally, you would do both at the same time for fastest recovery. The second sign is oily skin. This happens because of an imbalance in androgens, which are male hormones that affect both men and women. Excess androgens trigger the sebaceous glands to overproduce sebum, which is the oil that makes skin visibly and uncomfortably greasy throughout the day. The key nutrient that regulates androgen balance in your body is zinc, the same mineral that white nail spots already pointed toward. For women specifically, excess androgens often connect to polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is driven by high insulin from excessive carbohydrate consumption daily. The solution for oily skin is straightforward. Reduce sugar significantly and begin supplementing with zinc or trace minerals containing zinc consistently. The third sign is cracking at the corners of your mouth or cracked skin on the back of your heels throughout drier months. This is a vitamin B2 deficiency and sometimes a vitamin B3 deficiency, but the B vitamin family is always at the root of this. Here is the connection most people miss completely. In winter, people get less sun, which means lower vitamin D levels throughout the season. Vitamin D feeds the beneficial microbes living in your gut, and those gut microbes are responsible for producing B vitamins for your body. Less sun leads to lower vitamin D, which leads to fewer gut microbes, which leads to lower B vitamins, which leads to cracked skin.
Taking vitamin D or taking B2 through nutritional yeast are both effective ways to resolve this frustrating and often recurring seasonal skin problem. The fourth sign is flaking skin around the nose or forehead. That dry, scaling flakiness is a sign of omega-3 fatty acid deficiency. The problem is almost always too much omega-6 in the diet relative to the amount of omega-3 being consumed daily. Your body requires both types, but the modern diet floods people with omega-6 through vegetable oils, nuts, peanut butter, chicken, and fried foods constantly. To fix flaking skin, you need to simultaneously reduce omega-6 sources and dramatically increase omega-3 through fatty fish, sardines, or cod liver oil. Cod liver oil specifically tends to produce the fastest visible improvement in skin texture and the reduction of that persistent dry flaking around the face.
The fifth sign is yellowed eyes or yellowed skin. This is jaundice, and it signals a liver or gallbladder problem that needs immediate attention. When your liver and bile ducts become congested, the byproducts of broken down red blood cells back up into your bloodstream, causing that yellow color. The underlying cause is almost always insufficient bile salts, which are essential for keeping everything flowing properly through the liver and bile duct system. Taking purified bile salts can help clear this congestion and restore proper flow, allowing the body to process and eliminate these yellow pigments efficiently. The sixth sign is a chronic cough that simply never fully goes away, regardless of what you try to relieve it with. Most people assume a chronic cough is always respiratory, but it is frequently caused by a calcium deficiency, creating laryngeal spasm in the throat. Calcium relaxes the muscles of the throat and larynx in the same way it relieves painful cramping in your calves during the night. A small dose of calcium lactate before bed often works remarkably quickly to calm a chronic cough that has persisted for weeks or months.
The seventh sign is bleeding gums or red swollen gums that bleed when you brush, or sometimes even spontaneously throughout the day. This is a classic vitamin C deficiency and represents a mild form of what historically was called scurvy in populations without access to fresh food. Vitamin C is essential for maintaining the integrity of capillary walls. Without enough of it, blood leaks through capillaries in the gums, causing bleeding. Here is the critical connection that makes this worse. Sugar has an almost identical chemical structure to vitamin C in the human body. When your body has sugar available, it will always absorb glucose before vitamin C, meaning sugar directly blocks your ability to absorb and use vitamin C. Eating more leafy greens while cutting sugar dramatically is the most effective two-step approach to resolving bleeding gums from vitamin C deficiency. The eighth sign is difficulty seeing clearly at night, or struggling to see well when driving in the rain or low light conditions. This is called night blindness, and it is a classic sign of vitamin A deficiency, specifically the active form called retinol. Here is where most people go wrong. Plant sources of vitamin A, like beta-carotene from carrots, are precursors, not the actual active form. Your body must convert beta-carotene into retinol, but this conversion is inefficient for many people and completely inadequate for others with absorption issues. The best real-world sources of active retinol are egg yolks, butter, dairy products, fatty fish, beef liver, and cod liver oil specifically. If you have gallbladder issues or low bile production, your ability to absorb vitamin A drops dramatically, since it is a fat-soluble vitamin.
The ninth sign is chronically chapped lips that keep returning within an hour or two regardless of how much lip balm you apply. If chapstick provides temporary relief, but the dryness returns quickly, the problem is internal, not external, and no topical product will solve it permanently. This is the same B2 deficiency responsible for cracked corners of the mouth and cracked heels discussed earlier in this list. Refined grains strip out the B vitamins naturally present in whole grains during processing, leaving you consuming empty calories that actively create deficiency. The solution is to stop consuming refined grains entirely and start taking nutritional yeast, which provides a complete spectrum of B vitamins naturally. The 10th sign is pitting edema, which is swelling in the ankles or feet where pressing your finger in leaves a visible dent behind. This is a potassium deficiency, often worsened by excessive sodium intake or by high blood sugar that causes the body to retain sodium abnormally. The relationship between sugar and pitting edema is direct. High blood sugar causes sodium retention and simultaneous potassium depletion, creating the perfect conditions for ankle swelling. Years ago, this exact thing happened personally. Pressing into an ankle and seeing a dent remain was deeply alarming before understanding the potassium connection.
The solution is consuming large volumes of leafy greens, which provide significant potassium, or using a high-quality electrolyte supplement rich in potassium specifically.
The 11th sign is craving ice. If you or someone you know constantly chews ice, there is a very specific biological reason driving that craving. Ice craving is a well-documented sign of iron deficiency anemia, and it appears most commonly in children and in women during menstruation. The body is instinctively searching for iron, but unfortunately, ice contains no iron at all, so the craving persists and intensifies over time. The best bioavailable sources of iron are red meat, liver, eggs, and for those who cannot eat those foods, a grass-fed liver extract supplement works well. The 12th sign is angina, which is chest pain or tightness that often radiates down the left arm and signals the heart is struggling. This is a classic vitamin E deficiency, and the cause is almost universally the consumption of refined grains like bread, pasta, cereal, and crackers. When grain is refined and bleached with chlorine, the vitamin E naturally present in that grain is completely oxidized and destroyed in the process. Vitamin E is the primary protective nutrient for the inner lining of your arteries. Without it, oxidation damage, clotting, and calcium deposits accelerate dramatically. The most effective form of vitamin E for cardiovascular concerns is tocotrienols, which work approximately 50 times more powerfully than the tocopherol form found in most supplements.
The 13th sign is leg or calf cramps, especially those that wake you from sleep at night with sudden intense pain in the muscle. This is almost always a magnesium deficiency, and magnesium is the mineral found at the very center of chlorophyll in green plants. Eating large green salads consistently is one of the most reliable ways to address magnesium deficiency and reduce the frequency of nighttime leg cramps significantly. The 14th sign is irritability, excessive thinking, inability to relax, feeling tense, nervous, anxious, or going to bed with a racing mind every night. This is a vitamin B1 deficiency, and the solution is so effective that it almost feels too simple to actually be real. Taking nutritional yeast when you are irritable creates a noticeable calming effect within a short time, making you genuinely easier to be around for everyone. Taking it before bed when your mind is running through endless thoughts helps turn off that mental loop and allows you to drift to sleep. The root cause is again refined carbohydrates, which deplete B1 rapidly, meaning the food causing the anxiety is also destroying the nutrient that would relieve it.